in 10 minutes of the start time is scheduled for, then it deletes it. On
Oh.
Facebook. I use StreamYard, so I broadcast to Facebook, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I was scheduled to, I was set up to also broadcast Periscope, but they suspended my account there.
Why would they do that?
Because they think I'm a spammer. And it's just the amount of messages I send within a certain time period.
Gotcha.
All right. So hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by our special guest, Dutton.
Hello.
Justin Dutton.
Yeah.
Let me do a quick update, shout out kind of thing, saying we are live. Oops. Uh-oh. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. I hope you are as well.
Yep.
I'll be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious once this thing gets funded, though.
I know. I'm thinking the exact same thing, because supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it might sound a bit atrocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah.
One of the best movies ever.
Yeah, it's pretty darn cool. I would have to agree.
I actually, because I was out of town yesterday, and I did see some of Captain Fuckhead's stream, but on his stream, when someone goes on to promote their book, they have to shield for another book before they can talk about theirs.
Yeah, that's a
Skits
cool
team.
concept.
Yeah, the Skits team actually nominated my book, and they talked about my book, and I was like, oh, that's so awesome. Because I was watching it while on the road and stuff, and I was like, that's so cool. And they were like, you need an update, and I was like, I
do. Yeah, we're going to be checking your campaign out in just a second. Update here too. Yeah, I know there exists faster ways of doing this, but until I learn how to use those faster ways, I'm just going to have to do it the old manual labor kind of way. All right. So, welcome everyone. Please post any of your questions in the chat. We are checking out this book, Unstitched, part 1 of 2. So, this particular story, you're intending to be like 2 chapters, if you will?
That is the goal. Initially, I wrote it as one long story, around 120 pages, something like that. But I'm not, an overly rich man or rich at all. But I was able to fund and pay my artist for all 48 pages of art, which is complete. So this book is done besides lettering and printing. And I actually asked people hey, would you rather have a whole story at 100-some pages or broken up in half or whatever? And it also it helps speed up production time, doing 48 and then the other half will be about 50 something, rather than going, okay, well, I have 48 done, but back and wait a year, and the whole waiting a year thing kind of can be annoying. So I was like, all right, cool. And in fact, I launched this June 18th on my birthday, and at that point, we only had 4 pages left to do.
Oh man.
Yeah, so all the art is done. It's just a matter of getting to the funding so I can pay to get the whole thing lettered and then print it out and stuff.
Do you already have a letter lined
Yep.
up or on?
I do. Eric Weathers, the man who letters everything.
Nice. All right. Sweet. That's a good choice. Because yeah, as you put it so well, he is like one of the preeminent letterers in ComicsGate.
Yeah, letter in chief.
Yeah, there's
Letter in chief.
So let me see, make sure I'm at the most recent version of this 4470. Oh, all right. So even I was at.
Hey, I got a new packer.
Yeah, you're at 71 now. So it went up a little bit. I thought I was on the most recent version of the page too. But
Yeah,
you
were, because I am still kind of like about to post this update, letting people know that the art is 100%, and it was at 70.
nice, nice. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Everybody back this book. Let's get this thing funded. I'm really eager to get this thing funded for sure. So you're at 74% of the $6,000 fixed goal. So the $6,000, I presume you did the math, you factored in how much you were going to pay your artist, how much it would probably cost for your letter. Probably pay yourself a little bit to cover the the work you put into it yourself.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not making a dime.
Oh, okay.
That 6,000, I'm not even making a dime.
Oh, is it mostly the talent and the shipping?
Yep. It is 100% the talent and printing costs. And if I do make any profit, it really isn't actually profit. I'll probably be in the red personally, but it just helps start funding the next part of this.
Right. Because you funded to get the work done out of pocket initially, right?
Yep.
That's how you got so much of it done before you even launched, which is probably the smart way to do it. Because I mean, the more you get done up front, the less you have to worry about meeting deadlines, and the more time you can focus on promotion, advertising, going on streams, promoting the book, all that good stuff.
Boom. That is awesome. I have looks like it was a digital tier that was bought.
Oh, right on.
Yep, because I added that from last time I probably should have added it earlier because I'm like, all right, what's digital gonna do? It's not really like anyone's gonna pirate my book. It's on crowdfunding, so I'm not really worried about mass library of like pirating because the only person who has the files is me currently. Also, if people do pirate, I kind of don't care because they might be into it and then going, hey, you know what? Let me actually check this out.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe read more of their story and stuff. And maybe one day, if I can be like at all EVS level and have like mad merchandise, people buy like Unstitched toys and things like that.
Yeah, you're already well on your way. You've got already delved.
You have some merchandise.
Yeah, totally. That's that's the boogeyman character, right?
Yes, and his eyes glow in the dark.
Man, that's a trip. Does the nose also glow in the dark?
It does not, because I just kind of thought it would be weird. Because then he's got radioactive snot.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
But the cool thing is, I don't know. Yeah, you can see it right here. The eyes on the back of the teddies, they're crossed out in stitching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, nice little detail to show that these are unstitched teddies that he has dispatched.
Uh-huh. And that's something that you worked with another creator who makes custom teddy bears and stuff like that.
Yes. One of my friends from college, her friend from the same college, but we were like in different fields, so I didn't really know this person. So it's like a friend of a friend. Has her own custom teddy bear company. Who I contacted, which was amazing. But she does a bunch of custom like superhero stuff, mostly with like stuffed bunnies. But they're like her latest one that I've seen on the Facebook page is she's done a Wolverine as a bunny.
A Wolverine bunny, really?
Yeah, like he's even dressed in like the '90s suit.
Is that right?
Yep,
That's cool.
yellow. I'm just like, that is so cool looking.
So, what you were talking to a friend about your project, and then they said, "Oh, I know this person who might be able to make you might be able to work with to create this a teddy for your
Yeah, because I was already looking at different like websites and stuff because I knew I wanted to do a custom teddy bear because I'm like, how cool is that?
Mm-hmm.
And with crowdfunding, it's slightly different. Like you want a cool, you definitely want a cool book. A great story, great art, everything. But I'm also a new creator, so I'm like, how can I also not only just provide quality, which I do think this is absolutely like top tier quality, how can I also stand out another way? Teddy bear.
Oh yeah. And so the number of teddy bears you're offering is based on budget, right?
Yes, and because these are also handmade, it does take her a while to make.
That was the other
So
question. What does it take?
it takes a couple of weeks for like one of these things to get made. So uh, I knew for sure I could sell 5,
Uh-huh.
but I was like, well, maybe. What if I could possibly sell 10? Which so far we're 6 out of 10 on these. So
Yeah.
that's exciting stuff.
Hail Max Works says hoi hoi.
Hey, Max works.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Teddy idea is pretty darn awesome. I like it a lot. And the fact that you incorporated glow in the dark. Since you have one, have you tried it at night or, just
Oh
see
yeah,
how glow in the dark feature worked?
yeah. It's so it's like glow in the dark paint that's on the eyes. So
Oh,
if the room is dark enough, they actually just will glow on their own instantaneously.
oh, all right.
Now you have like a TV on and stuff in like your room. Because of that, you might not actually see the glow.
Right.
But it's about as if you backed what is it, Mashi, the lazy witch.
Oh,
She did on her cover glow in the dark, like hand paint on like the lettering.
oh, is that
Um,
right?
yep. I would say that uh, my glow in the dark is a little bit more intense than what's on her cover. But yeah, if your room is like completely dark, you're gonna see the glow for sure,
Huh.
and it glows pretty dark. I mean, pretty brightly, I should say.
And it doesn't require interaction with like artificial light or sunlight.
Nope.
Cool. That's pretty nice. Um, I know it's probably too much to ask, but It's not bright enough to serve as like a nightlight, is it?
No, it's not that bright where
All
you
right.
can use it as a nightlight.
All
But
right.
you know, I have for sure gone to because I have it in like my living room up on
Uh-huh.
a stand.
All right.
And, like in the middle of the night, like 2 in the morning, I'm like, you just kind of wake up and you're like, I want something to drink, and you know, you're like half asleep and you're like, yo, what is there? Oh yeah, it's a thing. Uh,
So they kind of
Cause
do
you
the.
just see like 2 glowing balls and you're just like, oh god, okay, no. There's not demons in my house that I know of.
No, it's just an alien here to give you an anal probe.
Oh god, I will pass on that.
You sure? All the cool kids are doing it.
Oh, the cool. You know what? I'm not all that cool. I'm not all
Uh,
that cool.
let's check out this trailer video here.
Oh yeah.
Can you hear the audio?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Fear takes form in the darkness. The darkness feeds off screams. Fear is the enemy of childhood wonderment, built on hopes and dreams. So remember, in the terror of night, to protect the child, protect the light. Try not to become unstitched.
Hi, I'm Dutton, writer and creator of Unstitched. It's a brand new story that was created by inspiration of my niece, my love of 80s, like dark, gritty Don Bluth films. And in fact, that's what Unstitched is. There's a dark fantasy, all ages story. It's a mix of Rise of the Guardians, Toy Story, and Coraline, all put together. I have a talented, wonderful artist named Laura Rimbus Humberty. She's even doing one of the covers. The other cover is a variant done by the highly talented Jason Brubaker. You know him from The Mind, from Sithra, plenty of other things. Unstitched, part 1 of 2 is coming out soon. It's going to be 48 pages, with part 2 being 50-some pages later on. We got some cool tiers with the book, besides just getting 1 or 2 covers. You can either get this as a poster. This original art piece will also be for sale. And if you don't get the poster, this will also be the back cover as well. We have a mini print that's going to be on the higher tiers, like the 150 tier, which this is going to be a teddy bear based off the Boogeyman with the glow-in-the-dark eyes, limited to 10. You get both covers, this poster, and a mini print.
Who did the voiceover again?
So the voiceover was actually done by one of my great friends and former roommate, Sean Guy, who I also went to college with. I used a lot of college buddies, which, you know, it's very nice when you go to college for an art school. So, you know, like a bunch of people who can do things that either you can't do or they just do what you can do much better.
Right. That's pretty cool. Max Work says maybe offer an electrical upgrade with battery action and changeable eyes to red and green. Oh my gosh.
Maybe in the future. I
Um,
have to see if she can do that. Maybe I'll have to use a bigger company.
and include a voice box and Kung Fu grip.
Kung Fu grip. It's a teddy bear, not G.I. Joe.
All those
But my
figures.
next project, I think that's not Unstitched related because I want to operate two IPs.
Huh?
My next project that's not Unstitched, I think would be very awesome in the action figure, like Kung Fu Grip era.
Nice. Excuse me.
But that's still early stages, and I want to make sure that Unstitched can get funded and fully out the door before I ever do like anything launching with that. But we got some nice concept art, and we're working on the cover for it right now on the other project.
All right. All those figures behind you in the shelf, crass. Already said it, but the art style is cute. Yeah.
Thank you. Laura is an amazing artist. Her style, which a lot of people say it reminds them of like Powerpuff Girls, but I'm like, I can see it, but I will say that it influences, but it's definitely not a copycat. It's its own thing.
Right. Bits and pieces almost feel like Samurai Jack, to me at least.
Yeah, same guy. Created Powerpuff Girls did Samurai Jack.
Oh, is that right? Oh man.
Yep.
I should have known that. Yeah. So this is the main cover, right?
Yes, this is the main cover that Laura did because my personal belief is whoever is the interior artist should do a cover, and especially the main cover. So like for a fact, this is what the art style is gonna look like throughout. And like I get, it's crowdfunding. You don't have to do it because it's expected you show pages of interior art anyways. But I always kind of picture in my mind like, okay, because I do have a retail bundle, maybe they don't know about the Indiegogo if a retailer buys this, and it's at a comic shop, right?
Right.
They're just gonna look at the cover.
Uh-huh.
Well, if the cover is nice, but then the inside is trash, which obviously that's not the case, like this right here is the quality. This is the main cover. This is what all the art's gonna look like.
Did your artist like express excitement and stuff when you asked her to do the cover as well?
Yes. And in fact, she was actually so excited. She actually did like 3 different versions of a cover. This was one of my favorites, and we did some minor tweaks. Actually, we did some tweaks and stuff because I thought the skeleton design she had, this had the best to offer. And then the other 2 she did are going to be mini prints. One was for those who are on the mailing list.
Okay.
Before we launch. So there was an exclusive mailing print that was going to be given for free for those who are on the mailing list when we launched. And then there's also the mini print that's offered in the Dreamer and the Big Dreamer tier. And that was also one of the cover design ideas. And I was like, it doesn't look like a cover to me, but it looks like it can be a cool print. So essentially, I was like, I like all 3, and I paid for all 3. Instead of just like picking one out of the 3, I was like, this is the one we need to go with. We do need some work on this one because I thought this obviously had the most potential. Because I wanted the boogeyman more like he's leaping out and have a very like Sabretooth from X-Men pose. Because some of the best covers of the X-Men to me was like when Sabretooth is just like jumping at Wolverine.
Yeah.
So there's actually that subtle reference of you see the boogeyman because he unstitches teddies. He's not leaping at Illinois. He's leaping at our Teddy. And that's like on the cover. Because I also like it when covers can like either tell a story or it can almost convey something where your mind races and you're like, what is happening in this? I mean, you know, covers of like people looking sexy and stuff, those are cool, but a cover that almost tells a story on its own, to me, those are the best covers.
Oh yeah, I agree. There was a statement. I forget what the excuse me. Oh, hold on. Boy, I haven't gotten any memo that we are working on a new project. I'm very sad now. Working on a new project. The cover is awesome.
Thank you. uh,
The there was a saying that you know, when you do comic book art, do it with a purpose. Make every panel count, and make every panel tell a story. And when you can achieve that, I think is when it really shines.
that is absolutely my belief.
The artist that you picked, was there like originally a big pool to choose from and narrow?
Yes. So the way I found my artist was actually through a Facebook group. It's an amazing comic Facebook group called what is it? Comic Creators Seeking Opportunities. It's a dope Facebook group with a whole deep pool of talent. So what I did was I had a few thousand saved up. And you know, I was like, hey, you know, I shot out a message on the board and I was like, hey, I'm looking for an artist to do a project with me. This is a paid gig because, you know, absolutely you want to make sure that, you know, people know that this is a paid gig. And
Yeah.
when you do, they all come out the woodwork.
Yeah.
So you go paid gig. This is going to be a graphic novel. And you know, you don't have to go too heavy in the detail of what the story is, but you want to give a good like overview of what you're looking for. I'm like, this is gonna be almost like a dark fairy tale. So I'm looking for something that's like a dark fantasy art with a little bit of horror mixed in. And if you can, label like a comic artist that you think that you would like, right? Like you're not saying like I'm gonna hire this comic artist, but I'm looking for something like this style. And that's what I did. I was like, you know, if anyone knows, like, you know, Scotty Young, that's essentially the style that I'm looking for. Because Scotty Young has a very, like, cute, creepy art style when he wants to. And especially with his, like, I Hate Fairyland comic, you can see, like, a twisted, like, fairy tale art style. So, you know, I was like, hey, you know, I'm looking for something like Scotty Young, and I think I spent like over the next 2 weeks looking at over like 500 people. And only 2 people really like stuck out. Like, holy crap, these are the 2 that I'm having a hard time between. And Laura was one of them. Which, I mean, the other guy was great. But, you know, looking like more at like her portfolio and other stuff, I was like, yeah, she's definitely the one.
So did she have some previous experience doing comic book type work or children's books? Or is she more of a
at the time when I hired her, she was doing a Kickstarter for someone else. And she was finishing up that project. Because, you know, when I saw art, I didn't see too many sequentials. I saw like a few in her portfolio, you know, that she shared with me, but she shared some. And I was like, do you have any more sequentials? Because if I like someone's work, you know, it never hurts to ask to see a little bit more. Especially like sequential storytelling because that's what comics are, you know. Because so many people were like, "Hey, look, I can draw," and when I asked to see more, it was just like more cover or like print work, and I'm like, you can't tell me that you can make a story. So those people I disregard instantly. Like if I don't see any sequential storytelling, you don't want to be a comic writer or a comic artist. You want to be you just kind of want to be a graphic design person. Um, so that's just my outtake, right? So I'm looking through someone's portfolio for comic work. I obviously want to see storytelling, and she showed me a lot more, and then she even showed me the Kickstarter, and I forgot what the Kickstarter's name was, but you saw some more pages on that, and you're like, oh, okay, yep, she can do this. She's definitely the one.
That must have been a relief to find and secure the talent. Something that someone who you knew would be able to execute your vision. Uh, that's pretty cool, indeed. Maxwork says, I am in that group too, but haven't posted there.
Yeah, it's an amazing group, especially if you're trying to find someone to help you out with something. You can ask. It doesn't even have to be like, "Hey, I'm looking for a hire." You can just share your art. You can ask like any questions, like, "Hey, I'm trying to like do this, but I'm having some issues. Anyone have any advice?" Boom, you're gonna get some help. It's an amazing group, and I found like I think too many artists that I have on my one day I want to work with list, but I'm like, I don't have the budget, so I have to pick and choose carefully my projects. But maybe one day if I hit them 6-figure digits, I can be very much like a Richard Meyer and be like, cool, I'm able to commission like 4 different books at once with 4 different artists. That's the dream.
Right, exactly.
I have a pile of scripts and I have to.
Absolutely. Well, it's just going to take time and, building up, one campaign after the next, getting progressively more and more successful every campaign, learning from any issues or hiccups or bumps in the road that you might encounter, and learning not to repeat those kinds of mistakes.
Yeah. And if you actually refresh, I actually just added or just saved some change or made a few changes.
Oh,
on it. I mean, it's not too much. It's like boom, there's the update saying all the art's complete, and I added a cheaper digital tier, and everyone who's back physically will also get a digital tier for free. And I did the poster that you see. I added a bigger picture of that as well in the campaign, and let people know that it's also going to be used as the back cover for both books.
Yeah, for sure. Excuse me.
Because that was another thing on the Captain Fuckhead's channel, is he loves that art piece. And he was like, I want to see a bigger picture of it. Boom. So, I mean, that was the... No. That's the Jason Brubaker variant cover. We go up one a little bit. Boom, right there.
This one right here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. I'm literally still kicking myself for missing out on this. I came in on your campaign after it had already sold.
Yeah, it sold out quick, but I can't really blame anyone on that because
Oh yeah.
a lot of people have now like told me that I made it too cheap. It was only like 160,
Some might argue that. Yeah.
and I was like, well, I mean, you know, I feel like I keep saying my friend from college, but another friend from college. He's a big time comic collector, and he's a graphic designer. And he actually did this as a fan art, and I bought it from him. But because he's kind of like me. You know, you say his name at a comic convention, you're like, I don't know him. Now I'm actively, trying to be part of the comic industry. He's not, but I was like, you sell some art pieces on name alone. Um, so I was like, 160 sounds about right. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it sold. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And I
Well,
mean, he was happy because he was like, cool. Now I know at least 160 is a good minimum for him
oh
to
yeah.
charge for art.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's a learning experience from everyone involved, and like
Yeah,
you
because
said, it's a base. It's a reference.
yeah,
Your artist. Um, did she do both the? Well, actually, did she do the pencils, inks, and colors?
yes.
Oh wow.
She's a digital artist, so like really there's no real pencils involved. It's more or less like digital inks.
Okay.
Um, but the way we work is she does about 3 pages a week.
All right.
Um, she sends them to me. I either approve them or say like what needs to be adjusted. And sometimes rereading the script and looking at the art. Um, Sometimes because it's been a while, and then seeing the art, I'm like, okay, she did good, but I'm like, ooh, what if we approach this panel on this, like this, and I think we could actually just step it up another level. And then she'll be like, I agree, or she'll give me some back and forth, like, hey, I know you said you wanted like the page like this, but I thought, what if I added like this panel or took away this panel? I thought this made it look better, and for the most part, like she's very much correct when she approaches it like that. But in my script as well, I'm a very I was told I'm a very nice writer to work with because I write in script format, so it's like page one, 6 panels, and then I describe each panel, and then I add the dialogue. But at the very top of every script, I go, hey, just because I write in script format, don't picture this as something like that set in stone. You know, it's guidelines for you to use. Feel free to take or add any panels that you feel necessary to convey the action. You are a co-director on this project.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, that's really good.
And I think like on that page you're looking at with the dark, she added in like I think that slight panel in between where you get the close up of her eyes crying and stuff. She added that panel in, and I was like, I like it.
Yeah, that is cool. Breaks it up so it doesn't look like all
Yep.
the same shapes of panels.
And then what like I so me as a writer, right? and also as a comic fan, really like for any comic book, you have about 3 to 5 pages to sink me in. If you don't have anything cool happening within the first 3 to 5 pages, I almost don't care. So, that is why, like, the very, very first 3 pages, you have, like, the darkness swarm in and, like, take over. And because Unstitched is both cute and creepy, I wanted to, sink people in with the creepy part first. Always kind of establish the threat. And then, we switch over on, like, page, 4 and stuff to Dreamland, where you see, like, these two stuffed animals being trained by like another one, and they're fighting bed bugs, which are these pillow creatures, like a gladiator ring, while the Dream King watches them. And they're trying to earn the title of being a Teddy, because Teddy's a title. It's also an acronym, stands for Terrifically Effective Dreaming Defender. Yeah, and it's only Teddies are sent out to protect kids, but you have to train and be good enough. So, this right here kind of like helps convey, like, hey, this is the more cute, silly side of things. And, we balance this out throughout the entire book and the entire story. And you're going to see, like, very, and some adults might go, okay, that's a bit too cute or a bit too silly. But, because it's all ages, like, kids will like it, kids will enjoy it. And I don't think it's like eye-rolling annoying for like an adult.
Right.
Because I, for one, I like that's how, like, I sunk my teeth in like animation. I went to school for animation, and like a lot of like the Don Bluth films really or inspiration to me, like Land Before Time. You had like, what was it, Littlefoot and Sora, and like all of them. They acted very silly to each other, like the kid dinosaurs. But then you had the threat that was always so serious and like very dark and looming. With like the sharp tooth, which was like the T-Rex, and that's kind of how it is here. Is like our heroes are very young and green, and they're cute, and they act silly to each other when there's no threat around. But then when that threat looms in, that's when we go from like day to night, obviously. And with our story, literally, it's day to night because it's the darkness. And the mood switches where it becomes a little bit darker, a little bit more grittier. But at the same time, because this is an all ages book, it's not like gratuitous violence. You obviously see the way we do violence and stuff right here with them fighting the bed bugs. It's very like Kung Fu Poo Bear. It's punch kicks, and there's no real like major blood or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think there's any blood actually. At least in this.
No, not in these, but we do have later on in the book.
Really?
These bed bugs get squashed, but it doesn't look like blood. It looks almost like purple jam. But yeah, you get the indication that. That it's definitely meant to be.
You probably, I'm guessing or assuming that you may not be able to answer this because it might be a spoiler, but are the green and orange bears two different ones, or are they one and the same?
No, they're two different ones. If you scroll up, you see them arguing on the page before. Yeah, right there. Yeah, they're two different ones. They're Teddy cadets.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So like this is their like exam day on trying to prove if they can become like an official teddy.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep. You know what I really love is so those last two panels, because you see our main Teddy, like in his eyes, you see him look at the balcony. So he notices that the Dream King is actually watching them, which is why on the next one he does the flying kick to try to like go over the top with impressiveness.
with impressiveness.
Yeah, like when you notice, oh, I can't just be good at my job. When you notice your boss, you want to try to do something great. They're kind of like, okay, yep.
I like the motion in this image at the bottom.
Yeah.
The particular pose, the little roll on the side, shadow here, positions of the hands.
And then just on the background, you have the air swoosh of
Yeah.
the other bear's ear, and then like you even still see as well. And just the way the panel diagonals that way, it adds to the motion.
Sweet. Back cover for both books, and it's a poster as well. Yeah. First 48 backer raffle.
Yep.
So this was backers in the first 48 hours. I'll have their backer numbers put into a raffle. Winner will get foil print.
Yeah.
Based. Oh, all right.
Yeah. So like if you scroll down just a little bit, this variant cover that Jason Brubaker did, the highly wonderful Shay from Red Valkyrie is going to make a foil print out of this.
Wow, nice.
And she did that out of like the kindness of her heart, and I was like, holy crap, you didn't have to, but I'm not gonna also tell you no.
Is it all made, or is it going to be made?
It's going to be made.
Oh, all right.
She's like working on it. Obviously, but and it's gonna take her a while, to be honest, because this is what she told me she's gonna do. All these little red eyes swarming about, those are gonna be foiled. So that's gonna be the part that's shiny on this, and I'm like, good luck, because that's a lot of eyes. But that was gonna be a free 1 out of 1 limited edition. Like I don't even get one print to one of the backers that happened in the first 48 hours.
Wow. And that turned out to be backer number 17.
Yep.
That's going to be awesome once it's all foiled up and everything. How big is the print going to be?
13 by 19 is what she said.
Whoa! Holy moly!
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
like I'm only gonna have it in my possession for like maybe a few days, just so I can ship it out, so I don't give out back information, obviously. So I'm gonna be like, oh, this is so cool. I don't get a kitten.
It's like you have to take a photo of it just to remember it by. before
Yeah,
you
I'm
send
like I had this in my possession for like 2 days,
it.
and now it.
And now it's leaving me already. uh, yeah, that's pretty wicked. Let me see something here. Just a moment. Beep, 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 beep. First 48 hours back. Okay.
Yeah, it was within like the first 2 days.
Yeah, I think I came in later because I literally didn't back until, let's see, I was backer 32, it looks like. So that was probably a week or two into it, maybe even later. All right, so creators, you're the writer and creator, and you got the artist Laura Ramazambati,
Yep,
HCT.
remember Zombie. She has her own comic as well on Webtoons called At, and it's like A.C.T. It's pretty good. I think it's like maybe 6 issues in, or 6 chapters.
And then Eric Weathers for lettering.
Yep.
Legends Arts.
You know what? I should have changed that. I forgot the progress so far. Because all the art is complete.
Yeah, that part.
Yep. But I can easily change that, no problem. And I'll do that a little bit.
Awesome, awesome. And y'all definitely should back this book while you can.
Yes. This is I think it's a hidden gem, and will be unfortunately, because we've not blown up. This is gonna probably be a cult classic. But you know what they say about cult classics? They live on forever. So hopefully that happens with Unstitched.
Yep.
Oh,
So
got it.
presently at 4,484 USD, 71 backers. That's 74% of the $6,000 goal. We got
USD, also known as ultra sexy dollars. I only have to say that because every time Captain Fuckhead says G
GBP.
GBP, he always says glorious British pounds. And I'm like, and when I was on his channel, me and Joe King from Slaughter Squad, we were thinking back and forth, and Joe actually came up with ultra sexy dollars. So anytime you ever see Cal Fuckhead and he says the US version, always say ultra sexy dollars.
Yeah. So when you went on Captain Fuckhead's show, which book did you decide to promote?
I promoted T-Bed and Throttle #4
Ah, all right.
by Josh Howard.
Gotcha. Let me see. Yeah, everybody back this book while you got a chance. Yeah, it says 20 days left. Um, did you complete the first 30 days of funding?
Yeah, we've already passed the first 30 days, so this is legitimately 20 days left.
All right. So this is like, did you go for a second 30-day?
Yep. And this is on the second half. So this is, we got 20 days to hit the goal.
Yeah, we
or,
got.
or it's womp womp, try again.
Yeah, we got to hit this, everyone. Let's back this book. Let's check out the. Actually, let's play the video again.
Yeah.
Fear takes form in the darkness. The darkness feeds off screams. Fear is the enemy of childhood wonderment, built on hopes and dreams. So remember, in the terror of night, to protect the child, protect the light. Try not to become unstitched.
Hi, I'm Dutton, writer and creator of Unstitched. It's a brand new story that was created by inspiration of my niece, my love of 80s, like dark, gritty Don Bluth films. And in fact, that's what Unstitched is. It's a dark fantasy, all ages story. It's a mix of Rise of the Guardians, Toy Story, and Coraline, all put together. I have a talented, wonderful artist named Laura Rimbas-Humberty. She's even doing one of the covers. The other cover is a variant done by the highly talented Jason Brubaker. You know him from Remind, from Sithra, plenty of other things. Unstitched, part 1 of 2 is coming out soon. It's going to be 48 pages, with part 2 being 50-some pages later on. We got some cool tiers with the book, besides just getting 1 or 2 covers. You can either get this as a poster. This original art piece will also be for sale. And if you don't get the poster, this will also be the back cover as well. We have a mini print that's going to be on the higher tiers, like the 150 tier, which this is going to be a teddy bear based off the Boogeyman with the glow-in-the-dark eyes, limited to 10. You get both covers, this poster, and a mini print.
All right.
Hey, Martin. Hey, Justin.
Hi, Matanui. Welcome. Justin McClure, welcome. How's it going? Let's see. All right. So, excuse me. As I like to remind everyone, I really love when creators take the time to create a featured tier. I know people have slightly different definitions of what they classify as a featured tier. The way I see it is it's an opportunity to put together a nice little package that gives you kind of the best bang for your buck, but still gives you a good sense of what the book and the story are about. You know, it gives you a good taste or a good way to experience it.
Yeah, and I think my feature tier is absolutely crazy considering one book is $25. My feature tier is $55. So essentially, you're getting both books, so that's valued at $50. What extra $5? You're getting a poster, which is like $15, and a mini print, which probably be like $5 on its own.
Now, how big was the poster?
The poster, that's gonna be. I'm still kind of debating on that, to be honest with you, but I'm trying to make it 11 by 17. But it also might be 10 by 16. Because it's gonna be a fold, like a fold poster. And then the mini print's probably gonna be like 5 by 7.
I don't know if this is the case or not. There's a chance that I might be the only one interested in such a thing, but have you gotten any requests besides from me to make this piece a 24 by 36 size movie poster.
I think you are the only one.
Darn. Yeah, I just happened to collect that movie poster.
Yeah.
That's a
If
pretty image.
I mean, I'd have to do some pricing on a poster that big. But I would also feel free to share you the art like privately if you want to make that poster yourself, because who am I to deny a fan? And then you could be like, I am the 1 out of 1 on the movie poster. I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to hold that one. He did it on his own. At least the foil print I had for a few days.
Yeah, really. So you get both covers, poster, and a mini print. The mini print, was there did I miss it or something? Is it somewhere on this campaign page?
You know what? I should actually add, give me 1 second. I'm gonna add that mini print. Because you know what? I have realized, why not? Give it a moment. Boop, boop. Yep. I'm gonna add that as well and let people know, like, you know, this is a better look at that mini print.
Sweet.
Just give it a moment, because it takes, when you upload an image on Indiegogo, it can take a while, unfortunately. But yep, if you want, I can actually share my screen, and I actually have it up,
Oh, cool. Yeah, let's do it.
and I can show it off that way as well. Yeah. That way we're not just kind of like waiting. Boom! That's gonna be the mini print. That was the other mini print. That's the mini print.
Oh, all right. Excuse me.
I gotta make sure where I move on my wheel dial, because I don't want to accidentally. Yep. She's running away with her nightlight while her teddy is going off to fight the darkness, and we even have some again some more bed bugs in the background. What I really love is just the detail she added to the sword. Like, it's, you know, it's obviously a wooden toy sword, but you know, you see like the little dinks and bumps in it.
Looks good.
Yep. And this was like I said, one of like the 3 covers that she presented me, and I'm like, it doesn't look like a cover, but it looks like it can be an amazing print.
Yeah.
And you know, my artist was happy because it just meant she gets paid a little bit more. So instead of just, you know, choosing the cover and like paying one time, I made it worth her effort. Of she did like 3 different variations for a cover, and you know, 2 became mini prints.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
That one being the one that's going to be given for free for all the people that were on the mailing list.
Oh, all right. All those eyes.
Yep, all the eyes. The eyes become a staple for the darkness.
Nice. All right.
Uh,
So that was a glimpse of the print. Let's refresh that.
hold up, it's being a. Sometimes you can upload an image, no problem. And then other times you're like, I want this image, and it's like I just don't want to listen to you.
It's not cooperating, eh?
No, you know what? I'm probably gonna add some of the concept art for the characters because I've shown that off on like Twitter and Facebook.
Oh,
But
yeah.
add those as well on the Indiegogo because I've been getting fan art lately, and
Oh.
fan art makes me happy.
Oh, yeah.
And the more fan art I can get, because you have to print like pages of 8. The more fan art I do get, then I can actually add fan art to the back as well. But I have to get at least a certain amount of fan art because I have no problem paying extra for pages,
Yeah, that would be sweet.
especially like 8 extra pages. It's not much different. Going from like 48 to like 56 pages, something like that. Especially if I got to add fan art and show other people's take on these characters.
Yeah, I love seeing, other people's perspectives and, like you said, takes on the characters. And, you've created an IP that's really special when people connect with it and start doing fan art for it. So that would definitely be really sweet. Oh, go ahead.
And you know what? Like I'm gonna show it on my phone because I don't have it saved on my computer, but I did download it on my phone. Man, the reflection's kind of messing it up, but it's like shaped like a Pokemon card, and it's like the Jason Brubaker
All right.
art that you see, like small pieces, but then it's shaped like a Pokemon card where like the top says basic, like Justin Dutton, the project Unstitched, like live on Indiegogo, a story about a teddy bear who protects the dreams and imaginations of a little girl, and Tyler even added the Big Dreamer tier information of like it being $150. You get 2 books, a lot of goodies, plus you also get a freaking plushie. Jason Brubaker did the cover too, so you can't go wrong with that. And on the very bottom, he added his YouTube channel, Draw and Talk. And then that is another concept or fan art that I gotten from someone else, and that was awesome.
Let's see.
I need to save them on my computer so I don't have to do the really bad, hey, we got reflection on reflection, so it's writing out like a J.J. Abrams lens flare movie. I'm not trying to be not trying to look like I'm doing Star Trek. Lens flare, every camera shot,
Yeah.
blind ball lens flare.
Yeah, he gets a little into it, for sure. Excuse me. Yeah, that's pretty trippy. And then we've got, let's see,
Yeah.
so that's the Dreamer tool, which is a featured one. Then we've got the digital edition of the book for $8.
Yep.
So you got a little interest there. The next thing, do you have company over there?
We got Yeah, and they're being loud.
It sounds like
Like,
people.
they I swear to God, they think they think they're deaf, so they have the TV loud, and then they're like, "Hey, because we have the TV loud, we gotta shout at each other because we gotta speak over the TV, but it's because we have the TV loud." And I'm just like, "Oh God, you guys are killing me.
Kind of
You
sounded
guys are
like
killing me over here."
it kind of sounds like the noises you hear in like a restaurant kitchen, like people are doing dishes
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah. My house always has loud noises and stuff. It's what is it? Richard from Forest Publishing. Man, he says I got pliers when it comes to background noise.
I don't know what that beep was, Matanui. I don't think it was from my end. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know what the beep was either, to be honest.
Uh,
Unless it was like a notification from you that, when I stopped sharing my screen, you
well,
had like a slight beep.
it could have been one of my notifications that pops up on my screen when like an email arrives. It might have sounded off and been loud enough to where my microphone might have picked it up. All right. So
Maybe.
we've got the Unstitched poster. This is the one that is going to be like what, 11 by 14 folded or smaller?
It's gonna be like 11 by 17 or 10 by 16 folded. But if someone just gets the poster, then I'll send it out in two, because you just got the poster, so there's no need to fold it.
Oh, yeah, right. That is so
Yeah.
strange. I thought I ordered that. Oh, I'm gonna have to go look at.
I think. Well, I mean, if you ordered the bigger tiers, it comes with it, so you don't have to order it.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think you ordered the big Dreamer tier, right?
Yeah,
'Cause the big Dreamer tier has this like included, so
that must be what happened. All
yeah.
right.
Because I think last time I was here, you were thinking about getting it, and I was like, "Get the teddy bear. It comes with it. You're good. It comes with everything."
Get the teddy bear. Get it. Laura Ramazamadi cover. So it's a book, but with the Ramazamadi cover specifically. And then we've got, oh yeah, this cracked me up last time too, because you were messing around with the decimal points and stuff. It came out as 2,500.
Yeah, and Indiegogo does not like decimal points. Yeah, because I try to be all cute, like, it's only going to be like $25 and like 1 cent. No. Indiegogo is like, we don't do change. I guess Indiegogo caught the change shortage before it happened in America.
Oh, maybe.
So it popped out saying, it's 2,500. And I was like, no, that's a lot. But I've gone on some streams and they've seen it, they've laughed at it, and it's like, or you can look at it like they're getting a really, really good discount because it's 99% off.
I know. 99% off. How did you get it?
This book is so great. It sells at 2,000.
Yep.
These covers sell at 2,500. You can only get it right here, right now for 25. I feel like one of those flea market people who's like, yeah, I have a piece of artifact from a pyramid. This is genuine leather. You know what makes me kind of happy though? Is the fact that Jason Brubaker is a big time name and right now, Laura's cover is actually beating Jason's.
Oh.
I almost want to email him going, hey, look at the campaign. Laura's cover is beating you, my friend. might want to let your fans know they can pick it up and change those numbers around.
And then
Hopefully, you know, you kind of edge them on to be like, let your fans know. Let your fans know. I want more money.
yeah,
I want to get funded so I can print this.
there you go. And then once his numbers start increasing, then you go tell Laura, hey, he's edging out past you. Go tell your friends. Go tell all your followers.
Hey, you were beating him for the long time.
uh,
Yes.
a healthy rivalry. A healthy, friendly rivalry. Yeah, I don't know what
You
these
gotta
beefs
build that
are.
though.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
And
these beefs
sometimes if they don't exist, you kind of slightly edge it on.
are.
Yeah.
I mean, all I really have going on right now is I have my AC running in the background, but it shouldn't make any beeping sounds.
Yeah.
And my phone is on mute. Let me double check.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hear any beeping currently.
Yeah,
Is it?
I have my phone muted, so it can't make any beeps. All right, so let's see here. Actually, let's promote that. Let's back this book. Let's get it fully funded. And post any questions you have in the chat.
Yes.
Let's see here. Da-da-da-da.
Yep, I'm willing to answer almost any question because I have to say almost any because I don't really want to give up spoilers.
That's true.
Because there's like one question I was asked of like, what's the Teddy's name? And I'm like, I can't actually answer that one. That one
Oh,
actually is a plot point.
aha. Yeah,
But if you back the book, you can find out what his name is.
you can. What?
Besides,
Well, that's after you receive
besides
the
what some people have nicknamed him as a Kung Fu Poo,
book.
the badass teddy bear.
Kung
Is
Fu
what,
Poo.
is what some people have nicknamed him because, I mean, that flying drop kick you see in page 6, and then just him holding a knife on the Jason Brubaker's cover.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the Jason Brubaker cover is available standalone as well. So you can snatch this one up.
Yep, same price. Because I know some people try to do variant covers at like $5 extra. Nope, not me. I will be printing less of the Jason Brubaker cover than Laura's cover. Like Laura, if I do a reprint, it will be Laura's cover that gets reprinted. Any and all variant covers that I do will always be the same price on the campaign, but I'll always print less of them because, you know, it was a guest appearance, it was a guest artist. So I want to make sure that, you know, for those who are collectors, those retain value and worth, if, you know, for that market.
Well, that's a good way to do it. Next up is the.
But I also just don't believe, because I mean, you know, but I don't believe in charging more for a variant cover because I'm like, the inside's still the same. So that's my logic.
Right,
I
yeah.
know some people might get mad at me and go, you can charge more. I'm like, I don't care.
I hear you, yeah.
But we got our next tier is actually the retail bundle.
Right. Man, that's 40% off.
Like, yep, and this comes with buyback. So, you know, if you believe in Unstitched, go to your local comic shop, pull up Indiegogo on your phone because everyone has a smartphone, and those that don't are probably retired. And even my grandma has a smartphone. She doesn't know how to use it very well, but she has one. She can check Facebook at least. But pull up Indiegogo, go to your local comic shop, talk to the owner. If you're friends with the owner, be like, hey, this book looks really cool. All the art is done. You're not going to wait a year. And he's offering buyback. You're going to get 6 books, 3 of each cover, 6 mini prints. This book will be bag and board. And if you're in North Carolina, where I'm at, Virginia or South Carolina, I am willing. And I know with the whole pandemic, you might not, choose the offer this, but I am willing to go to those shops in those 3 states, any shop in those 3 states, to help promote and sell this book. As like, the creator and writer's here to sign. How exciting.
That's a good idea. I mean, I would think a lot of shops would take you up on that offer because.
Yeah, I can understand right now not wanting to do at least the whole like appearance thing just because of COVID. Because a lot of shops have restrictions of how many people they can even have in their shops.
Right.
I know my friends in Raleigh, they said that only 6 people was allowed in the comic shop at one time.
Oh.
And it's really like 7 because of the person working their accounts. But yeah, and that kind of makes signings a little bit hard to do. And it's like, okay, cool. You have, I would essentially take up 1 spot. So it means only like 5 other people would be allowed in. And I think that's just like one shop, and that's not every shop's doing that. But, just, I know it kind of puts a damper on everything. Right. And it has put a damper on things for like the last couple months.
I wonder if a comic shop owner would be interested in doing something like renting out just for a few hours or a couple hours, like a buffet hall, but just empty it and use it as a signing event, and so that there would be more space and you could fit more people at a time, and everyone would still be spaced apart. I don't know. It's just something that, like, I guess it's more one of those like a shower thought, something that pops in your head when you're taking a shower.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very. I think this. To me, it shows confidence in my book. I honestly, I wish I could have off a weekend so I can actually go travel to some shops.
Yeah,
in my state and go, hey, this is the face, this is the project, this is what I'm offering. Because I've sent out a few emails, but what's an email without a face?
Yeah.
Junk folder.
Maybe you can. What if you were to send the that trailer video for the campaign?
Well, I've sent them the link to the whole Indiegogo.
All right.
So the trailer's on that.
Yeah, or what if you embedded the trailer video in it and also included the link to the campaign? Then, it would be clickable and you'd be able to, see and listen to the video from your email without going all the way to the website. Just an idea. So, going back a little bit, once you realize this goofiness with the decimal point how did you correct it so quickly so that it was displaying the proper price? I mean, don't.
Well, it
don't
offers you two prices on Indiegogo, like behind the scenes. It offers you two prices. It's
Right.
like the price you want to sell it at, and then it makes you want, like, it wants you to make up some sort of like higher price point, so they can be like, ah, look, it's a sale. So
Yeah.
what most people do is like, oh, and maybe they do like 25 and like 26 as a simple, because for some reason I kept trying to go, it's 25, 25. It's like, no, this should be lower than this.
Huh. Yeah.
So I
Because
mean, or unless they did like the opposite, like, hey, this is, I don't know, but I think I tried to be too smart and I was like, one penny, and it was like, think again, wise guy.
yeah, exactly.
One day you're gonna laugh at this on WyzGyz Entertainment, because we made you look like a fool.
Uh,
Trying to
yeah.
sell a book at 2,000, but actually giving it away for 25. What a deal! You should back it right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I mean, I think it's
And I
so.
think some of that just had to do with it's my first time doing a crowdfunded book. There's there's dumb mistakes you make throughout, and that was one of the, okay, that's a weird mistake that no one talks about.
Right. And then I also hear that if you make a mistake on a tier, and then there's been at least one person who's backed that tier, then there isn't anything you can really do to change it other than add a new tier and rename it something else,
Yeah,
or rename it something similar. Because otherwise, if you take it down, then it screws it up.
yeah.
Uh,
Um,
but like you were saying, they force you to do two levels of pricing, and that way it gives um, the impression that it's on sale when it gets further into the campaign, because it drops from whatever the marked up price is to the bottom of the barrel price. So, like, I guess as an example, you might do $25 if that's what the lowest you're
yeah,
willing to accept for the book, and then the upcharged version would be $30 maybe. So when
yeah,
you start the campaign, it starts at 30, and then uh, once you're almost done funding, then it kicks down to the lower discounted rate of 25.
yeah.
To
It's like your price, and then it's a retail price underneath, and I um I I don't, man,
because what
it
I'm trying
wants, I guess what it, and I tried being too smart, and because people have already backed, and I'm grateful that they have. I can't go and fix it, but I would have to like change it, I guess, later.
yeah,
And maybe just go, okay, well, here's the book.
right, yeah, um, yeah. I'm just wondering if you're already at the discounted level. Well, all right, maybe it's not an issue, but I thought maybe
Yeah.
further along in the campaign. Let's see, you're 20 days left in the second 30. Like when you get close to ending funding, if I'm not mistaken, you plan on going in demand, right?
If I hit funding, then yes,
Okay. So,
because I plan on overprinting the books. So going in demand will essentially help with it helps to stretch goals. And then which I mean, I will show those once I'm actually funded. Um, and then it also helps sell those overprints as well that I plan on doing.
right. Yeah. So, I just wasn't sure whether the campaign, if Indiegogo would try and mark it down again even further. Well,
I
actually,
don't know, because I mean, yeah, I mean, because if it marks it down, it's actually gonna mark it up, and
yeah.
if I go into man or whatever, yeah, because I don't see like, all right, because I'm looking at Graveyard Shift because John Malin just launched like 6 days ago. His
Yeah.
says like 25, like no issues, but I don't know. I think I was like panicky, and I was trying to launch on my birthday, so everyone was kind of distracted. On, we know you're going to be launching and streaming most of the day, so let's try to do something for you in the morning. I'm like, I want to make sure my campaign's set up, and I don't know. I was having a whirlwind of chaos,
Right. You
and
you you became Unstitched.
I did become unstitched. But you know what? It's a learning experience. So
Oh yeah.
maybe what John Malin did was just put in like 25, like 2 times. Man, what he made in 6 days. If I could make like a tenth of that.
You'll get there eventually. Just gotta put out some more books. Remember, he's also come from
Yeah, from mainstream. So
mainstream. So he has.
and I mean he YouTube's very very much on the regular, which I don't do and I need to do, but I sometimes worry about my internet speed because I live out in the country. Like I can live stream pretty well now, but definitely when I was trying to back in the when I was on the mailing list, my internet speed was doing a lot worse, and because we had more people living here. So when you have more people using obviously like the Wi-Fi and stuff, it goes down. And there were moments where I was like, oh boy, I'm very pixelated and roboting on this main on this live stream because my internet speed just wasn't able to keep up.
Are you streaming from a computer or a phone?
From my laptop.
Yeah. Is your laptop hardwired to the router?
It's not.
Is the router like on another floor or something?
Yeah, it's on a. Well, I mean, it's in like the living room, and that would just be more background noise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it would if it's in the living room.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm in another room, and you can hear the TV.
Right. I mean, if it were an option for you to hardwire your laptop to the router, then that would probably be ideal because you'll get bandwidth that way. And then if you're in the country, well, do you have other ISP packages that would give you faster speeds?
Unfortunately, the only thing that would give me a faster speed or offers a faster speed is a satellite internet, and I'm not digging a satellite because we live out in the south, so it storms quite frequently in the summer, and I'm like, nope, we can't stream tonight. Why? Bad weather.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like with DirecTV, which uses satellite dishes.
Yeah.
And you could have a mild storm, or you could have rain showers, or you can have a little bit of snow, and it develops a little snowball at the base of the dish, and then suddenly one or more channels are out.
Yep.
It's pretty bad. Not as reliable as you might think.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like I can have a slower internet, but slightly more reliable, or I can just get a slightly faster, and it's not even a whole lot faster with satellite.
Right. True.
So it's
true.
the positives of living out in the middle of nowhere is I live out in the middle of nowhere, so not a whole lot of people can bug me.
Right.
And it's nice and it's peaceful. Bad things about living in the middle of nowhere, you have really no internet options. This is it, deal with it. Oh, but this internet sucks. Again, this is what we got. Deal with it.
I guess the other thing you might try, if you haven't already, is get one of those signal repeaters. So the Wi-Fi signal broadcasts off the router. It goes to a repeater, which is like located somewhere between the router and the room you're in now. And then your laptop connects to the repeater over Wi-Fi. Let's see here. So we went over the retail bundle with buyback. That's an awesome plus. And that's a 46% off discount. Holy moly. 46% off. And correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have control over how much the discount is, do you?
When you put in like the two prices, it figures out the discount.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I hear you.
Yep, like, and that's the whole purpose of putting in two prices.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so then we've got the Children's Hospital bundle.
Yes. This one, it is like $10 more, but the reason why is because all profits made on the book. So I'm only gonna take pretty much like at cost to print. But all the profits made on each book will go to the hospitals as well, plus books. So
Now,
like St. Jude's will get like 6 copies of Laura's cover, and all profits on the book will also be donated to the hospital as well.
oh wow, nice.
Yep. So not only are they getting books, they're getting books plus money.
Dang, that's pretty sweet.
Yep. All I keep is just enough to just get the books printed.
That's pretty darn cool. And that's a 40% off discount. What a deal. So they get the hospital will get 6 copies of the original cover, right?
Yep.
All right, so just the book alone, no variants, no prints, no poster.
Yeah, just the book.
Yep.
That way, the books can stay at the hospital and, kind of be read by the next kid.
That's true.
And, it's you can't really do that when you add, like, prints and other things. Because then it's more or less like the first kid gets it and then it's like, womp womp.
Yeah. Sorry, kid, you lose. Loser. So then we got the Big Dreamer.
Yep. And that's everything in the Dreamer tier. So, again, 2 covers, 2 books of one of each cover. The poster, the mini print, all of that you saw on the $55 tier. Plus a limited edition. Only 10 of these suckers are made for resale. Boom. Handmade teddy bear.
Waxworks says, pretty cool idea. Respect.
I'm pretty sure he was talking about the hospital, which
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree there.
Because I know a lot of people have done like a for the troops, but because mine is it's more for kids. My story, so I was like, if I'm gonna do a charity, which I like charity, I'll I wanted to, do something that's a little bit more kid related. So I was like Children's Hospital. I've had family members go to St. Jude's. I know as a kid myself, I had to go to St. Jude's before. They're a really good charity.
Yeah.
So, I definitely wanted to help out.
Yeah, they're pretty phenomenal. Yeah, so that's the big dreamer. So you get everything from the dreamer tier plus the boogeyman teddy bear, which is pretty trippy. And then I like when the campaigns, leave the ones that are totally sold out visible, but grayed out,
Yeah.
so that I can see what I missed out on. It's like that'll teach you to wait on the sidelines. But yeah, that's a trippy piece. This was what, 11 by 17?
Yep. The original, it's 11 by 17.
What kind of medium was used, out of curiosity? Was it
marker?
Oh wow, all marker?
He obviously drew it in like pencil first, and then he inked it in but yeah, all the coloring is on the paper as markers.
Wow.
Obviously he bought like the good stuff that you would get at like Michael's or an art store, but yeah.
Right on.
I mean, I really just love the top piece of like where you see the boogeyman and just like the shrouds of darkness and that. To me, like that part's amazing.
Yeah. Did you say you were adding an image of the print, or did it not let you upload it?
It was being a pain in the butt, and then I was because we were talking about the pricing. I was curious about the pricing stuff, so I wanted to.
All right.
I got distracted and I checked the pricing. See if I could do anything, but nope. It says $2,501 when it was purchased at 25.01.
The mini print. Were you going to show a larger version of it under the updates tab, or were you going to incorporate it in the story tab?
I was going to include it into the story tab.
Okay, all right.
But Indiegogo is being kind of a butt on adding that picture.
Gotcha.
And I mean, Indiegogo has that sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, confirmation from Max works. Yes.
And you're just like, yep.
Very cool.
And so far we have one person to buy it, but a local company in my area, actually, they didn't buy anything. They just donated money to the campaign. And I feel kind of bad just taking money. And it's mostly because like the person that owns the company is like a friend of mine. But I just feel bad just taking money, even at like a large sum donation. And I mean, it was like a couple of $100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say they bought the hospital bundle twice. So actually, currently right now, there are 18 books going to children's hospitals, not 6.
Nice. That's a cool idea. I like that. Very cool idea. I can dig it. All right. So let's go ahead and watch the trailer once more.
Fear takes form in the darkness. The darkness feeds off screams. Fear is the enemy of childhood wonderment, built on hope and dream. So remember, in the terror of night, to protect the child, protect the light. Try not to become unstitched.
Hi, I'm Dutton, writer and creator of Unstitched. It's a brand new story that was created by inspiration of my niece, my love of 80s, like dark, gritty Don Bluth films. And in fact, that's what Unstitched is. It's a dark fantasy, all ages story. It's a mix of Rise of the Guardians, Toy Story, and Coraline, all put together. I have a talented, wonderful artist named Laura Rimba. She's even doing one of the covers. The other cover is a variant done by the highly talented Brubaker. You know him from Remind, from Sithra, plenty of other things. Unstitched, part 1 of 2 is coming out soon. Only 48 pages, with part 2 being 50-some pages later on. We got some cool tiers with the book, besides just getting 1 or 2 covers. You can either get this as a poster. This original art piece will also be for sale. And if you don't get poster, this will also be the back cover as well. We have many print that's going to be on the higher tier, like the 150 tier, which this is going to be a teddy bear based off the Boogeyman. Glow the Dark Eyes, limited to 10. You get both covers, this poster, and a mini print.
This is totally unrelated, but the T-shirt you were wearing, is that the Invisible Woman?
Yeah, Monster MD by Von Klaus.
Oh, all right, Monster MD. Oh yeah, there it is. Duh.
Yep,
Okay.
Monster MD.
Cool.
Hilda, yeah, Invisible Woman, boom. Yep, definitely. I was wondering if anyone would actually catch that.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool design. I like it. Let's see here.
It's a very comfortable T-shirt too. It's very nice and soft.
Nice. Do you remember which service did those T-shirts?
What is Crypto Fashion?
Oh, really? Okay. I'm pretty sure that's who EBS
Yep.
is.
Yep.
All right. So.
Yep. There's quite a few people on Crypto Fashion. Because you can even get a Starblades T-shirt.
Oh yeah, Starblades. Yeah. All right. So we are ending at 44.84 so far. 71 backers. We got 20 days left. We're at 74% of the $6,000 fixed goal. Let's get this goal project funded. Please, everybody, spread the word. Share with all your family and friends, and get them on board, because this is definitely a worthy project. So, Dutton, would you do the honors and share with the audience how you can be found on social media?
You can always catch me on this replay by WyzGyz, who is such a grateful host. I'm on Facebook with my name, Justin Dutton. I'm on Twitter with @JustinDutton18. And you can also catch me mostly on Monday nights at Forest Publishing. And I typically am one of the few panel co-hosts with Robert. who has an awesome campaign as well called The Last Goodbye on Indiegogo. Just want to throw that plug out there. And I mean, I have my own YouTube channel, but it's just called Justin Dutton, and only thing on it right now is just the trailer for Unstitched. I kind of need to do more on that.
Yeah, I think that'll help in the long run because it'll help
Yep.
build an audience.
Yep.
All right. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So you can
And,
find me. Yeah. Go ahead.
If anyone wants to catch me again tomorrow night, talk about Unstitched, I will be on Draw and Talk with Tyler.
Oh, sweet. Right on. Yeah, definitely get on as many streams as you can. You've already been on Shay's, right?
Yes, I have.
And have you been on Mandy Summers with John Malin?
I have reached out to them. I've been on it during the mailing list, but I've reached out to them. But I think right now she's been focusing on fulfilling Wood the Wizard, and then they're about to do Super Dead. So
Yeah.
I think that's why it's just falling through the cracks, and that's okay. You know, if I built my own YouTube channel, I wouldn't have to rely so much on others. But you know, I know a lot of people on that mailing list when I sent it out did reply back to me going, "Hey, I would love to. I've just been furloughed, so I don't think I can back it." And you know, when you get like 20 messages like that, you're just like, "Womp womp." That's okay.
Yeah. It's a bizarre period of history.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just like, but the way I also look at it, like, if I can get this funded at one of the most bizarre, hostile times for a new creator because of COVID and riots and all sorts of 2020 mess, every project in the future should be like smooth sailing.
Oh yeah.
Because I immediately went out to sea and was like, oh look, there's a hurricane. Let's go through it.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, I still think, despite the whole COVID thing and all the other crazy drama of 2020, that this is still the best time to get into comics. ComicsGate is thriving, it's growing exponentially, and there's so many darn great creators.
Todd Maloney of Florida Man said that 3 more DC artists are going to be joining shortly.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, he didn't say names, but he did throw that out there, like that he knows 3 more DC artists are joining. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I got so much more competition.
Don't treat it that way. Just.
Oh no, it's friendly competition because it just makes me go, okay. So more pros are coming in, which you know it makes it look, you know, makes us look much better. You have more mainstream pros joining, but for smaller guys, it definitely makes us go, okay. Obviously, their game's already up here, and even though our game's up here, we gotta try to step it up here.
Yeah.
Although we look like we're down here.
It's like
it just makes me want to, you know, try harder and do harder, and definitely make sure that my books are absolutely if you buy my book and then you buy another book from one of the ex-DC artists and you go, man, Unstitched didn't sell a lot, but it was actually a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Also, I can go nana nana boo boo. My reviews were better, but that's just childish. I'm not actually going to do that. That is just childish.
Yeah, I mean that's the right attitude. You know, it's like, it's great to have you know, more converts in the ComicsGate, and it strengthens us all as a whole. It's like bring your game and let's all succeed together. And I think all you can ask for is that you do better in your next campaign than you did in your previous campaign.
Yep, and I think I will, because again, I plan on over printing these. So, next campaign I can do you can back both part 1 and 2, catch up type tier.
Yep. That's what I like. I like catch-up tiers. Because sometimes I come in late on a campaign. And sometimes I'm so late that it's already closed. And somehow it never popped on my radar.
Max works. It's too late. They're already coming. It's like I almost feel like the British are coming. The DCs are coming. The DCs are coming.
Max Works says, yeah, I got to start my own campaign super quickly then before the DC people come. Yeah.
But you know what? Just build that mailing list up.
Yeah, for sure.
And I will say, I think the hardest thing I've had with my campaign is explaining to family members that Indiegogo is not a publisher. It's a platform, and the book's not out yet. Because they're like, oh, that's cool, you've been published. I've never heard of this publisher, though. It's not published. It's not published yet. It's not made yet.
Not
the
yet.
Art's done. The art's done, but it's raising money. If you buy it, you'll get it. When can I get it? In the future. Like, not now. It's not made yet.
Yeah.
Like, trying to explain crowdfunding to family is
Yeah, it's like Indiegogo is always warning you, crowdfunding is not shopping. So you don't get that instant burst of satisfaction and have it arrive within a couple of days. Yeah, you're investing in people's dreams. You're investing in their passions.
And, dreams are worth having and worth protecting. And that is the key theme for Unstitched. Back Unstitched today.
There you go. There you have it. So, in conclusion, you can find me on on Twitter, WyzGyz Tweets, on Twitch, WyzGyz Twitches, and YouTube under WyzGyz Entertainment. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and mark the bell for notifications. When you mark the bell, be sure and select all notifications so that you hopefully never miss a stream or video. Max Work says, it is not like shopping, but it looks like it when you watch your unboxing streams. I know, it does feel like that. But you also have to factor in, you also have to recognize that I've backed a lot of campaigns, and only a fraction of them have reached fulfillment. Others are still, still building up funding and things like that. So the packages that do trickle in are some of the earliest books that I backed last year.
But I mean, that's the exciting thing about Unstitched is all the art is done. So once I hit funding and I get the money, it's more a matter of paying Eric the letter, and that might just take like a whole week for him at most, maybe not even a week. I would say a week, just because of I know he can letter 20 something pages in a day.
Wow.
So I say a week of he'll have it lettered, probably sent to me, and then I send it to my that I've gotten, and see like any dialogue mistakes I've made or any suggestions she might have, because dialogue can like what you've written on paper when it comes to dialogue that changes obviously once you see it on art. You might want to change the dialogue, because you might have written the dialogue to be angry, but she doesn't look angry in the drawing, or she looks angry in the drawing, but you didn't really write it too angry, but it's gonna be a quick turnaround time once we get this funded. But we gotta get funded. Back Unstitched today.
Yeah, back Unstitched today. For sure. Excuse me. Lettering can go really fast.
Yep, it can. And we got a professional with Eric Weathers.
Dang straight. All right, so thank you all for joining us. Thank you everyone in the audience. Thank you everyone who's going to watch this on replay. And thank you to our very, very special guest, Justin Dutton. We are going to close this out and end the broadcast.